Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Dinosaur and the Dude, the only podcast in the fucking world with the shittiest audio with the most amazing content. Love that you all are listening to us, and we really appreciate it. So sit back and relax as we start this episode. One second. Let me pause this.
What you doing?
Okay. An interview with former CIA operative talking about shadow government, World Bank, and CIA-backed coups.
This is why I love you.
You asked.
Conspiracy cereal. Love it.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Hey, don't know if this is your first time ever listening to one of our episodes. If it is, thank you. And no apologies. You put on your big person pants and you click that button. And if it is, you know what you need to do next? You need to go to the Webernets and you type in TheDinosaur&TheDude.com. I'm not going to spell it for you, but just type those words in. TheDinosaur&TheDude.com. And let me tell you, you will be whisked away to the magical land of all the Dinosaur and the Dude content. All of our videos, all of our audio, all of our merch, all of our conversations with people. All, did I say merch? Yeah, I feel like I did. All of our links and affiliate links to products, books, for reading. Yeah, books for reading. I sound like a fucking idiot. But anyway, books and still merch. Not the uncensored stuff, but there is a link to our uncensored stuff. And I'm not talking about our uncensored stuff like some really risque stuff. It's just the things that we typically edit out, or we're like, if that's going to get us bounced on YouTube or something like that. It's all in there. And that, for a fair price, it's juicy bits. It's coming soon, though. So, just check on it from time to time like a baby. In any case, thanks for listening to us. If you've been listening to us from the beginning or just today, if you look for some... Did it really do that? It did that. Yeah. It's probably recording it. Bottom line is we appreciate you, and we hope that you find something that you really enjoy. Pass the word along. We'd love to get more listeners, and also to start a communication and a little back and forth dialogue with listeners, as well as people that are interested in promoting us, and we'll promote you back. Products, affiliates, we're whores. So thanks again, and let's get into the episode. It's going to be good, because that's what we do. We push out awesomeness.
I think that the listeners having to go through that with me and birth that whole situation kind of really solidifies why we have the shittiest audio.
Yeah, we can't.
Like it's my fault.
Yeah,
it's totally my fault.
Shitty is a moving target. It's not really defined.
It's understated.
Yeah, it's not really defined. Like, shitty in what way? We don't know. It's going to be a myriad of ways. Yo, before we get into it, some of you diehards might be like, what the fuck is going on? So, yeah. Sorry, I screwed up. We had great ideas going on, and I kind of got caught up in it and screwed it up. So, here's the thing, explaining how we're going to be doing things going forward. We're going to be putting out more content, but we want to do like really more concise, targeted, focused content. So we're going to do two different segments, oats and a new segment coming up. We've been teasing it way too long. So that's coming up. And then we're going to do two full episodes um, in the month. So every other week, full episode. And then the weeks that we're not doing those episodes, it'll be segments of oats and witchcrafting. So strap on your tool belt and get ready for that. Also, be sure to check out all the corresponding content that will be on the website. Check it all out. Dinosaur&TheDude.com. We're now looking at websites revamped. TikTok is up and going. Our merch is going to be available on TikTok as well. If not, by the time you hear this, very, very soon. And yeah, Patreon. We have that. We have that going now. We need some members now, so you all go do the membership thing, and then we'll start posting content on there too. So yes, we got a lot of options cooking, and we're just totally in the effort of getting better. But content's kind of jumbled around this month because I farted too hard and passed out. Basically, that's what it amounts to. But we're going to be ironing it out and getting it to you on a more regular basis the way we intended. So, just make sure you strap your helmet on because, that's how we like it. All right. Now, let's get more into the episode. No breaks. No breaks. It's going to be straight on, full, full, forward, I'm trying to be positive with this statement, but I can't. It's just whatever. Get ready. You know what the fuck you're listening to. Dinosaur the Dude. I don't know.
Somebody.
I don't know. This Canada Dry. And with that,
this right here.
Hey everybody. Welcome.
Hey guys.
To the Dinosaur and the Dude.
Mm-hmm.
If you had it on fast forward and like skip the shit and get right to the meat, okay, cool. But it bears repeating. This is the only podcast in the whole fucking world with the shittiest audio but the most amazing content. And right now, in either your left or your right, if you're sharing an earpiece with somebody, or if you're...
That's adorable if you are, and continue to do so, please.
Oh, fuck that sharing earwax bullshit. Anyway.
You gotta get over the...
She's the dinosaur.
That's me. Sorry,
this sharing diva here is the dinosaur. The non-sharing get your own fuck off right here is the dude.
It's the friendly dude.
Is the dude. And this is my elixir of choice. No. Mm-hmm. Get a little bit more. Get it to the top. Mm-hmm. Get it. Okay. Fill it up, baby.
Are you doing the pour?
It's pouring. It's all.
Did you always pour in a cup or in a glass? I'm sorry.
In a glass. Super. I want to see that foam head rise.
I bet you do. You nasty bitch. I bet you fucking do.
Speaking of nasty bitches,
yes, I'm here. Sorry.
If you happen to be listening to this episode, if you look back and however you're listening to us, we've got a whole season of 52 episodes, and then this season is cranking along. The second season, and we got 31 episodes, and this is going to be the 32nd. I'm saying that because in this episode, we got some gnarly shit we're going to be talking about. And we got some shit that's going to be a little bit heavy on the because it involves
cryptids.
Well, it involves a whole myriad of things, and some of that includes the assault kind, the dismemberment kind, and some of it might involve
by people or by animals.
Yes.
Or by cryptids.
Yes.
Okay.
And some of it involves children. So
no,
if none of that is your cup of whatever the fuck you drink, then please, as I just mentioned, we've got a fuckload of other episodes that you can listen to, and we gladly, wholeheartedly welcome you to listen to those because, God damn it, we need listeners. So, but if that's right up your alley, if that's the thing that gives you a great night's sleep, here we go. And by that I mean, here's the disclaimer, because what we're about to say in this episode, we don't know fuck all about. We're just reading what other people have posted, and we're just saying our comments that mean absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, but it's
fun.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah. It's like
you got that covered.
Right. It's like adding chocolate shavings to your cocoa. It's good. Can you drink it without it? Yeah, but
should you? Oh man,
yeah, that's a life choice on your end. All right, here's the disclaimer. Okay, everyone, before we get started into this episode, whatever we might be talking about might be triggering. So here's the warning. Just be mindful of what we are saying is definitely something that we're not trying to trigger you on, but just some of the topics might be a little iffy in regards to, yeah, exactly. That's the word I was trying to say.
Fragile, delicate.
Yeah. And we're not saying that you are. It's just that some of the content might trigger somebody in a certain way.
It's offensive.
We talk about different things that happen to people. That could be assaults, or somebody could be killed, or
we do try to give trigger warnings though. So I'll give you the quick disclaimer.
Yeah. So here's you all listen to her. The dinosaur is going to go over the disclaimer because I can't, because I don't give a fuck. She cares way more. She cares way more than I do, even though she'll say the opposite. So you all just listen to the disclaimer. It's here for your benefit. Here's the dinosaur. Also, everything that we're saying in our episodes, unless we state otherwise, is all for entertainment. And there's no there's nothing that we're giving away as advice or of a matter of fact that you should go out in the world and do your own thing. We're basically saying we're not responsible for whatever fuck ups you experience after listening to us and trying to do whatever the fuck we're talking about. That's on you. Okay. All right. Now she'll finish out the rest of the disclaimer.
We don't know shit, and we don't try to say that we know shit. We like the internet, and it likes us, so we play together sometimes, but don't take anything that we say to heart. Don't take it as the gospel. Don't take it as an expert of any kind, because we don't know shit. We just like to hang out and with y'all and talk about goofy shit or funny shit or scary shit or real shit or whatever shit. And
it's just all shit. Yeah.
It's all shit with the audio shit, So, I mean, that's pretty much that's our moniker. Okay. Yeah. So, if we know that we're going to offend you, so we get that. At some point, we will offend somebody, and if we do, we're sorry. Find another podcast. Not that we don't want you here. It's just that if we're going to be in the habit of offending you, then we don't want to hurt your feelings. So, but if you're not 18, please don't listen to this. And I think that might be it.
Okay. Otherwise, than all the other shit we're going to be talking about. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I may have to go in just a minute, but I'll be back.
Okay. Sure.
It's just
yeah.
I've been handling like nauseousness, and I gotta pee all the time and whatever.
Yeah. If you gotta go pineapple or whatever the fuck, go right ahead.
I might have to rainbow. We don't know.
Yeah, rainbow out your mouth, rainbow out your ass. Yeah, whichever.
But I'm okay.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Me too.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. I'm glad.
Let's get into the shit. Okay. So first off, I know you're always nibbles hard for conspiratorial,
Oh, I
but
love that.
it's
Yeah,
not.
totally.
This is not conspiratorial because that's just a bowl of all kinds of stuff. Just just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. This one is got a little conspiracy in it, but it's really focused. And by that, I mean it's on national parks and a little bit of trails.
Okay.
And I know there's a lot of material out there already with national parks, but this is just stuff for us to talk about. I mean, I was looking
Yeah.
into,
They
huh?
talk about like people dipping their feet into the thermal pools or, trying to
Yeah,
go pet a buffalo or some shit. Bro, you
right.
fucking dumbass. Enjoy being cooked.
Yeah, it's
Enjoy
stupid.
being eaten by a bison because you're on your fucking own.
Yeah, it's certain things like that where nature still has to give us like current examples. Like you got some examples from '69 or 82, and every once in a while, nature's like, okay, we got a new addition to our example book. So
This is the FAFO
yeah,
edition.
here's 2023 2024's edition of you know fuck with nature and get your shit because nature
Nature does what nature wants. It don't give a fuck.
nature is
You ain't
just
gonna stand in its way.
yeah, nature's just letting us hang out. If you really think about it,
Truly, yeah,
nature is just letting humans hang out for a little bit. But,
that's true. Because
you
we will
know,
all become part of the earth in some form.
it's like okay, I got a little skin lice, but other than that, I'm good. I mean, they think they're populating me, but one one good volcano fart and they're gone. They're gone. They are
Remember
gone.
Mount Vesuvius? That was
Yeah,
fun.
they are gone. It's like, and nature is so on the I don't give a fuck level that it
Hmm.
will fuck itself up just to get rid of some of us,
Oh yeah, it knows how to hold a grudge.
just to get rid of some of us, or and
It's
or
not
to
afraid to be spiteful.
yeah, and or to flex just a little bit. Like, look, this is what I'm doing to myself. Imagine what the fuck I'm about to do to you. Like Mount St.
Right.
Helens. It just blew its own cap and flattened the forest around it. And some people died in it and covered the entire area in ash. And it was just like, yeah,
Did you see that video of the guy that was going up with his camera? He was a journalist.
yeah,
Have you seen the video of that?
yeah.
So crazy. And
And it's
then
like,
I mean, he's gone, obviously.
mm-hmm. But
Jesus.
it's just the whole thing is like, nature's like, yeah, that's just ash. Wait till I get,
Yeah, we ain't even gotten started yet, okay?
like, if it was lava, y'all would be fucked. And
Right.
I flattened my own forest. It's basically like I shaved my own hair. You know, I just did a fart. My asshole broke the crust, and I just,
That's disgusting.
but hey, that's the earth.
And that's a
So,
lot for me to say.
yeah. So there's one thing that I was noticing when I was looking up national parks because I was hearing these different things that people were talking about in relation to the whole thing. And
Hmm.
let me set the scene. I was
Oh, okay.
sitting on the toilet,
Okay.
and I was just like, how
So you pee sitting down? Is that what's happening?
yeah. It's the cleanest thing to do. It's like fuck it, especially at night. If it's 2
With
a.m.,
the splashing and whatnot. Come on. Who
yeah.
wants to clean that up?
If it's
But I've lived through a teenage boy. No, thank you.
yeah, if it's 2 something in the morning, why the fuck wake myself up? You can't aim. You can't aim. You can barely stand. You have
Right.
successfully walked to the correct bathroom.
Right. What else could you need to do? I
You
mean,
didn't
really, what more do you want?
yeah, you didn't stop at a sink. You're not hanging over the tub. You're at the toilet. Fucking just stay in that little level of I'm still asleep, but I'm functional. I can get from A to B and then back to A, and let that be that. I have no shame in the game in saying that I do because hey, you don't have to worry about pissy seats with me.
Well,
So
that's fair. That's fair.
so I'm sitting on the toilet, and I'm just like, and I don't know. it just came to mind. It's like, how 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 the fuck are national parks selected? And so, since I already got it fucked up,
So hold on just a second.
mm-hmm.
Don't tell me what it is. Tell me what you thought it could be before you did the research.
Okay. Okay, so before kind of led me right back to where. So wait, let me get this right. So before I thought there was a conspiracy to it, and it's like, I bet it's because. And then when I did the research, it still led me back to the conspiracy of it. I was like, okay, I feel better. But so
Not a whack job,
yeah,
but
right. It's like it's still possible. It's still possible. That's what they say, but they really meant my conspiracy. Yeah, perfect. Um, so I was thinking like, okay, it really makes no sense. It's like it's kind of like you mix a prison with a zoo that people can just walk into. Like they're not at the observation deck or the little fucking.
yeah,
You're
right.
walking into the habitat area and you're not an employee of the zoo. You just
Right.
got
It's a
you.
hazardous situation, you just being there.
Yeah, you got you and your kids, and you think you're looking at this big ass tree, but really the creatures are looking at you. And so,
Right. And then you've got cliffs you can fall off of or, lose a
You got
kid
all
or
kind of shit.
fall in
So,
the baths or whatever.
so I started thinking, I was like, okay, it's like this thought that's out there that there are things that people don't want us to know, us being the rest of humanity.
Right.
And
I
so
mean,
yeah,
we've been briefed, obviously.
and so yeah, right. That's how I got this. That's how I got this information. And so in order to maintain the peace, you designate these
hmm
odd areas as national parks, so
And who
that
would you be?
huh?
Who would you be trying to, um, I guess, cater to?
Yes, good question.
Hmm.
Well, I'm just gonna break it down for the people as plainly as I can.
Okay.
Wild ass cryptids, motherfuckers, and
That's right.
that's a generic, broad stroke term, but you can fill in the blank with pretty much anything and everything from the
Right.
chupacabra to
Mothman.
the Mothman to uh, Sasquatch. They're all in
Some
there.
fucking
They're all in there.
Jinn,
I mean, think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Just
witches, fairies,
yeah, exactly. Just close your eyes.
wizards, dragons.
Is that all there? Just close your eyes and think about it. You've got this vast land, and you got these people. We'll call them park rangers, but prison guards, sure.
Right,
And
right.
they live out
See, I
there.
think that's nuts, though. I don't know how I do. I don't know that I could be a national park ranger.
No,
I
because
really don't,
yeah,
because I'd be making friends with like
yeah,
Sasquatch and
you got
introducing them to the
to.
mermaid culture. You know what I mean? Like,
I bet they're on a first name basis because those motherfuckers are
yeah,
still alive. So they're out
total
there.
cottage core. You
They're out
know?
there by themselves, usually living in a tower, or
Doing a fire watch or something like that.
they work in a tower. There's no cell phone connection. That people that visit the national parks, no cell phone connection. But the park rangers, they can communicate with whoever the fuck they want. Okay, they're out there. Most park rangers are out there for long periods of time, and all those park rangers, when they
Are
retire,
there always two,
well,
or do you think
there's
there's more
two
than
or
that?
one, depending on what park you're in. But all of them, when they retire, talk about the weird shit that they've seen.
Yay! Tell me.
But they always are telling you about the weird shit that they've seen, like later on in age. There's an expiration date. Like you can't talk about this for 20 years after you retire or some shit. So
Right.
that it leaves you in this gray zone of like, okay, is Danny the Ranger really still remembering things correctly,
Does he got dementia or what?
or is this just all bourbon brain talking? Because I think
He's been drunk since he's gotten out of service.
Right. So you got this, right? Who knows what's in these woods? But I do know every goddamn park has all these trees that don't exist anywhere else, all these different fauna that who the fuck knows? It's all like we must preserve this ecosystem no one can fucking touch, and it's nowhere else either because we mined it all down and we decided, okay, we can't touch this shit. So I don't know, but I don't know of any other agreement with the earth that exists anywhere else where you decide we're going to leave these huge swaths of land untouched.
Amazon.
Nah, fuck, we're chopping that shit through and through. There's people that are trying to get legislation passed to preserve the Amazon and the other forests in Africa. But then you ask us, like, yeah, we got to keep this shit because there's some shit in here.
We can't let this get out.
This is a treaty we cannot break, motherfuckers, because these bitches will wreck us. And so that's what I was thinking while I was sitting on the toilet. That's got to be it. That's got to be, you know, I've heard from people that attest that this is why the national parks exist. And, you know, we got things in these parks that could really fuck us up. And, you know, we talked about the Yellowstone in the last episode. And yeah, it's a super volcano. Once that thing blows, we're all fucking gone. It's huge. It is ridiculously huge. So I then said, okay, that can't be it. That can't be it. So I did the research. I looked it up. And so it's this whole big thing, this whole big circle jerk, which I know I'm kind of demeaning it by saying this, but it kind of is. And so like, yeah, Congress designates an area that they feel like, hey, this would be a good place for a park. And so the National Park Service, they analyze the shit out of it and say, yeah, you're right. And then Congress puts it all to a vote, passes legislation. The president of the United States has to sign that into law to say, hey, I now declare this to be the Dinosaur and the Dude National Park.
That'd be amazing.
And then dun, people start visiting that shit and paying entry fees and all this kind of shit to preserve the national park. The Dinosaur and the Dude National Park.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was like, okay, that's it. But then I go right back to where I was before. I'm like, yeah, but somebody had to go out and say, hey, we need to, like, somebody had to walk out there.
And like have a conversation with these people and be like, look, here's be cool.
Yeah, and find a place that apparently we didn't know about yet. And then say, okay, cool. How about we just make this a national park? And then, you know, and then the National Park Service is like, let's check your math. Okay, yes, you're right. We have now come up with the legislation. That's heavy air quotes there. To get Congress to pass to leave this fucking land alone, and we'll put our guards, park rangers up,
of course,
in towers all over the place, to make sure that nobody trespasses someone, and give them a hidey ho, good neighbor tip of the hat, and say, hey, you guys can't be in this part of the area, okay? Watch out. There's a super pack of wolves out in here. And
you will die.
Yeah, might want to.
Oh, fun. Okay, let's go get a picture.
Might want to leave.
So here's the thing that I don't understand about that.
Yep.
Because I agree. Mm-hmm. I do really, honestly, I agree. But I wonder in today's day and age why there isn't like trail cams fucking everywhere out there. And then I think, of course there's not.
Yeah.
Of course there's not. Well, why would they put them there?
I mean, but it might be reverse trail cams. Instead of looking at the creatures, just looking out for people. It's like, okay, these people are trespassing. Let me go talk to them. Let me get them. Because, come on, you're at a huge national park. Let's just clickety-clack real quick. Average size of a U.S. national park.
Do you know this information, or are you having to look
I'm
this up?
searching it up on the fly right now.
Okay, I was going to say,
Like,
because if you knew this,
yeah,
wow.
no. I'm a savant. Okay, so the average,
Right.
so the average size of a U.S. national park is 833,000 acres. So
Jesus.
how a park ranger just happens to go, "Heidi ho, everyone! Hey, you guys are trespassing. This is it's illegal to camp in this area. You're gonna have to get. Where'd you come from? How'd you know I was out here?
Right.
How'd
You
you?
shouldn't have been able to find me for months.
Yeah, like I'm not. I'm burning smokeless fire. I've done everything to conceal myself, and you are here. How? So I don't know, but it just seems so weird. And then when you start to look deeper into it, again, I know there's books, I know there's TV shows, I know there's other people that have talked about this stuff, but it still has enough what the fuckery to it
For sure.
that allows the dinosaur and I to bring our own take on all these things that occur.
Because it's all different perspectives and opinions and whatnot.
Yes, of course. Way to validate ourselves. So when people disobey the treaty, okay, let's just call it that.
Mm.
Let's just call it that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
There's way too many people that come up missing. Just without a trace. Just woof.
But that could also be human trafficking, because
Sure.
that's a great way to say, oh, they're lost. They must have been eaten by a bear
Sure.
or whatever.
Absolutely. So let's keep all that stuff in account. There's the people that get lost. There's people that fall and have accidents. There's people that just get snatched by wildlife and or cryptids. So let's throw them in there too. Why not?
Right. Fairies, whatever.
Yeah. A fairy just gets in your ear. Far be it from me. I don't even know how big a fairy is. So whatever.
I think that they're small,
I don't know.
unless you're a gay man, and then you can be quite large.
That's where the discrepancy comes in. So but I know those three things right there: loss, accident, or a wildlife gets, nature gets you. And then there's the one where just people just vanish. They have no fucking clue, to the point that it's estimated that 330 deaths per year happen in national parks
Really?
per year.
I wonder how many of those truly are homicide.
Right. So let's get
Like, oh, she fell,
so let's tickle that thought.
Yikes.
So the oldest case is the murder of a child in the Rocky Mountain National Park that has been open for 65 years.
Jeez.
No one has figured this shit out yet. But somehow they know they were murdered. And the remains were found, but they don't know what happened. They have no clue what happened at all. It's just a lot of these cases. It's just people are left empty-handed, shrugging. They have no idea. They know the time right before, but they know nothing about the after. And then boom, they find it. So there's like this one case where family went to Yosemite National Park in 83, and they were exploring the Summit Meadow off of Glacier Road. And one of the children that in the family discovered a severed hand and forearm.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Sleep tight, Timmy. Shit. like how How do you ever ask your kid, hey, do you want to go camping again? Ever again?
But fuck no, you don't even approach it.
You don't even do it.
You just every time that you think that
You don't even.
you're gonna say that, you both just fucking go
You
therapy.
just leave them at home.
No.
You're
Right.
like Child Protective Services. You abandon your children. No, actually,
I saved them. You're welcome.
we were being thoughtful to their mental health, and we left them at home. Full provisions. They actually were remote camping. They had their tent up in the house while we were in the forest. It's our thing. Ever
This is a
since 80,
synchronized camping situation.
yeah, ever since 83, it's our thing. So yeah, in 1983, they found a severed hand in the forearm. Okay, in spite of consistent searches from investigators, no other body parts were found, and the authorities were unable to identify the victim or make any progress in the case. In 1988, a skull was found across the street from the site.
Shut up. Oh, we missed that, guys. Sorry.
And Park Services still couldn't attach a name to the victim.
Did it eventually happen when DNA came into play?
There you go. It wasn't until 2022 that Park Service is using DNA from the remains, named the victim to be Patricia Hicks.
Poor baby.
A woman linked to a local cult leader who allegedly used LSD to weaken and disorient sexual victims.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What a nightmare.
It just goes.
What an actual torture fest.
Yeah, it just goes from one spectrum of fucked to another.
Truly.
You never get out of the fuck spectrum. You just go from one to the other. Okay, but then the man had been convicted for doing just that, assaulting women in the 1980s, but disappeared before he was incarcerated. It's like, what? Wait.
What?
Wait, are you pitching me a movie right now? Because it sounds it sounds like a movie. The open scene, this kid finds a severed hand and a forearm. And then across the street, literally across the street, okay, boop, there's the skull. Okay.
But years later, right? Years later.
5 years later, you find the skull across the street.
Shit, right?
So to your point, you would think they kind of searched the area.
Right.
And then,
like, do you still have those logs? Like, who the fuck searched this area?
And then 5 years later, across the street from the site, boop, a skull.
I mean, unless it was like placed on an altar of some sort, decorated, you know, whatever. Or you got to just think that they missed it.
Or somebody came by 5 years later and put it there. Okay, who knows? It's crazy. Again, all these cases. All these cases, you got empty hands with heavy shrugs. You don't know. You got your hands are filled with bits, but you still got a shrug. You have no end. So
it's still banana fucks.
Yeah. So then it's linked to, thanks to DNA in 2022, to Patricia Hicks, which, by the way, for everybody that is into CSI and all the other bullshit, it takes way longer than an hour to figure out DNA. So if you are...
is that right? Because I thought you could do it like over a commercial break.
No. It takes years.
Are you sure? Did you?
It takes years of commercial breaks to figure out some DNA, especially if you just have a hand and a forearm and now a head from someone you have no clue to match the DNA with.
Right. You need like dental records or some shit.
And you got to hope that person in 83 gave something that could match DNA.
Oh, yeah. True.
So somehow, though, in 2022, they were able to do that, and that's how they figured out, hey, this is Patricia Hicks, which then leads them to connect her with a local cult leader who used LSD to assault people.
Oh, talk about a shitstorm.
And then they apparently convicted this dude, but he disappeared before he was incarcerated.
That's odd and weird.
So now, according to this report in 2022, the investigators think that the cult connection was merely incidental and that Hicks was actually killed by an. But wait, she's she's literally still in motion from the frying pan into the fire. She's just passing through. They're saying
Okay.
they're saying nah, it wasn't. Yeah, she was. That was an incidental thing that she was connected to the cult. What we think is that Hicks was actually killed by the notorious serial murderer Henry Lee Lucas, which we could probably fill a whole episode just on this fucker. Henry Lee.
What was his nickname?
Uh, uh, Henry Lee Lucas.
Oh, okay. Like it wasn't like the Golden State Killer or
No,
something like
no.
that. Because I can't remember who is who.
This dude.
I listen to a lot of true crime.
This dude did so many killings. They just said, "Fuck it, it's Henry Lee Lucas." It's like fuck it. Henry Lee Lucas confessed to hundreds of slayings across the nation. And so Lucas, at the time of his arrest, revealed details about the Summit Meadow crime scene that had not been released in media. So that's why like, well, okay, it could have been him just going across America, you know, killing people like he did.
As you do.
Hundreds of people. The guy was like prolific in the amount of people that he apparently confessed to his killing, and he got to the point where he was like, fuck it, I'll just tell you about all of them. And he had what made people not want to call bullshit on him is because of like this case right here. He had details that were never revealed that did match up as legit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they were like, God damn it, okay, I guess it's another Henry Lee Lucas case. But still, the details that Lucas gave were deemed circumstantial. So that still leaves it unresolved. And nobody knows.
How does that make you feel? Like if that's your family that died?
Yeah. How much of a jerk around are you getting? Like, okay,
truly.
We found
it. Okay, it was the cult leader. Uh-huh. No, wait, no, fuck, it wasn't the cult. Okay, it was a bear. No,
you're like, it wasn't a bear. You're like, Patricia wasn't. She was into that cult. Yeah, we told her to stay away from the drugs. That's what it was. Going to be no. It was circumstantial.
Okay. No, we were wrong. Okay.
But it was Henry Lee Lucas. Oh, really? Yeah, he did it. I mean, no, not really. It was circumstantial. You know what?
Gotcha, bitch.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? We'll get back to you later on that. We'll get back to you. We know. This is back in 1983. We know, but there might be something else. We'll get back to you. I'll call you back in about 5 more years. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, bye.
I got a 6-pack waiting on the car on the ride home, so I need to go.
Yeah. Now here's one. It's like people, again, this is all about national parks. And yeah, you're like, well, what about Bigfoot? You said earlier. We're going to get to Bigfoot. Don't worry. This is a slow cook because like what Dinosaur was talking about, this just people getting killed or this. Yeah, there's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And then, but the part with these killings is that there's a lot of unknown and just straight up disappearing. And there's the
coincidence. It's a charcuterie board of mystery.
There's the coincidence of different things that kind of makes it, puts a bow on top of it. And you're like, oh, okay, that's what happened. Okay, sure. But there's all this little element of, oh no, was it a UFO? Was it Bigfoot? Was it that thing that
you need to calm down. That's a UAP, sir.
Yeah, right. Was it this thing that left a hoof print that looks like the mix of a black bear and a caribou? We don't know what this is. It's just sort of like there's so many mysteries of different things happening in these national parks. You just gotta pull up your chair and put a bib on because we're going to shoot all this craziness in your face. So the next one is Grand Canyon. Now, why people go there, I don't fucking know, because it gets super fucking hot and you got to go really far down to get to this water, these rapids that go in there. It's like, no, fuck, that's okay. I'm good. But people do that. And apparently, this couple did that. They, and it's one of the most famous cases in the Grand Canyon is with these honeymooners, Glenn and Bessie Hyde. Now, this is in 1928. And you're like, okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You're like, okay, well, that we're good. I think I think nobody needs to solve this case. This shit's kind of dusty. Get it? I get it.
Right.
So this couple, they're newlyweds. I don't know why the fuck they decided to do this, but they were like, we're gonna go rafting Grand Canyon on our honeymoon. Let's go paddle it.
What else are you going to do?
Let's,
I mean, come on. What? Europe?
yeah,
Okay, that's been done.
yeah. Let's go paddle it. And so that's what they did. The husband, Glenn, he builds this fucking paddle canoe, whatever the fuck.
I know he did not.
Yeah.
Was it their wedding?
Yeah.
Was it?
Hey, baby.
It was their wedding.
Hey,
okay.
baby. Hey. Don't worry.
I made you something.
Don't worry. Look outside.
I love you so much,
Look outside.
pumpkin.
What is it? What do you see out there with that bow on it?
Wait, is that a canoe?
Oh,
Is that a raft?
Oh,
Is that where all the milk jugs went?
it's not a canoe. It's not a raft. It's a Grand Canyon canoe raft. That's because guess where we're going? I know we just walked down the aisle. Guess where we're going?
Where?
The Grand fucking Canyon.
You know, they're probably super nature nerds because it kind of sounds fun to me.
Yeah. I mean, come on. This wasn't a 30-minute thing. Glenn here has been probably putting some time in to build this fucking.
Yeah, this is meaningful to him. This was his way to contribute to the marriage ceremony.
So, along with getting married, she also said I do to riding down this fucking Grand Canyon fucking shit. But if we're reading it, if we're talking about it and reading it and talking about it in this episode, you already know it didn't go well. So,
very rarely do we have happy stories here.
It's not going to be something like, and Glenn and Bessie got in their canoe and lived happily ever after and had babies on the canoe, and they, still on the.
They canoed to Costa Rica.
Still rafting to this day. No, fuck it. So the Hydes, that was her last name, Glenn and Bessie Hyde.
Mm-hmm.
They were last seen on November 18th. Okay.
So when did they get married? Are you thinking the 17th?
No, right before this. This was on their honeymoon. So they were last seen on November 18th in their boat, the one that Glenn made.
Yeah.
It was found intact with all their supplies a month later, December 19th.
Mm.
The boat was in perfect condition.
So you think it was snowing and stuff? No, this is Grand Canyon, so never mind.
The boat was in perfect condition with all their contents, including Bessie's diary, all intact.
Oh.
All intact.
Wow.
They searched, scoured the canyon, never found their bodies. It's probable that they, were washed off and the boat, kept going. But, they were both were experienced rafters, so it was like nobody could figure it out. They were like, what happened to Glenn and Bessie? Over the years, people came up with these different theories that Bessie killed Glenn, and then this other river runner, they're like, I saw Bessie and she was hesitant, but they didn't have any life jackets. And then there was this woman in 1971, Elizabeth Cutler, that claimed to be Bessie Hyde. Mm-hmm. And then she got in a fight with her husband, Glenn, and, she's been living a different life ever since. But then she eventually came clean and said, "No, I'm just lying."
I'm just making that up.
Yeah, but then later, this pioneer river runner, Georgie Clark, who was the first woman to own a commercial rafting business in the Grand Canyon.
Fuck yeah, good for her.
Yeah. So there was a rumor that psst, psst, this chick is Bessie Hyde. Yo. This right over there. See Georgie Clark? That's Bessie Hyde.
So did she look like her?
I don't know. But after Georgie Clark died in 1992, the Hyde's marriage license was found in her home.
What?
As well as a birth certificate identifying Clark as Bessie DeRoss, according to an account. DeRoss was her birth name, and she's just like, you know
screwed
what?
the pooch on that one, guys. Yeah. We let that one get away, huh?
Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna change my name.
No, here's what happened. I know exactly what happened.
Oh, okay, cool.
So she was hurting somewhere on her body, right?
Okay.
And she knew that she needed medical attention, but she couldn't afford it. So she thought, fuck it, I will say that this was me. I will go to prison and I will get fixed.
Oh, okay.
And then miraculously, as if her prayers were answered.
Okay. That's usually how the miraculous part goes. Okay.
Yes.
Miraculously,
this is me punching you.
Miraculously, no angels or anything came down for me. No, that's usually
no. So they then so she miraculously, because of the angels and the baby Jesus, she got fixed, and then her problem just fixed itself, and she was well again. Yeah. And so she was like, you know what, that wasn't me. I was just tricking with y'all. That's all. Ha ha, joke's on you. That's what I think.
Yeah. Well, to add to that, I mean, that right there, splendid, compelling, riveting. I was tears welling up because I was laughing, but it was moving nonetheless. So to throw off this event even more, based on your story,
really,
Georgie Clark was married twice, had a daughter who died in a bicycle accident, and so they don't know enough to say if Clark was Bessie, but it basically was like, this has to be Bessie Hyde because she's got her. Why would you have this birth certificate and the license, the marriage license? Why would you have that?
Right. Either it's you or you know somebody. You know something.
Exactly.
Either it's you
why
or
would you have that?
Something else.
Why would you have it? There's no story that says, "Oh yeah, this is why." No, you're her. Stop. You're
quit playing, girl.
Yeah,
come on now.
You're it. Stop it. You're the one. So yeah, you got all these national parks, and they have a bunch of mysteries like that, missing people. The one where the kid just up and disappears, and just poof, gone, and he's with his family, and they have no evidence of where this kid was, what happened to them. They're just all of a sudden, the kid is there. And then poof, the kid is gone. And in this particular case, this one kid is in the what is this? The Smoky, like
mountains.
A lot of times, if you just say the name of the national park aloud, you kind of get a clue of not to go in it. Just saying. They give these little scenic names, but if you really listen to it, it's telling you don't come.
Like if the mountains are smoking, probably might want to stay away from that.
And if the mountains are great, if it's a combination of that, like this one, the Great Smoky Mountains, stay away from that. Don't go. So stay in these Great Smoky Mountains and National Park. There's this family. They go, they have their kid, and it's a 6-year-old kid just disappears. And
Whoopsies.
that was with a collection of boys and his older brother. They're all playing. They're all playing. They wanted to play a prank on the parents and hide in the bushes and jump out and scare them. And
That's
then
what you get, fucker.
right now
Just saying, don't be stupid now. Come on.
now who's scared? Mm-hmm.
That's natural selection at its finest.
All of y'all go in the bushes and one of you gets snatched without a sound. Now who's scared? No one's sleeping now. So yeah, they jump out, okay, like scared, right? And
Like that, you think?
one of them doesn't jump out, and
Oh shit!
and they look all over the place, and they do not find this kid at all. And
not even a little bit. They don't find him.
They're like he completely vanished, no sign at all. And to this day, the search remains the largest deployed at Great Smoky Mountain National Park.
And how long ago was that?
And this was 1969. They searched for this kid, and in the 1980s, a hiker. It's always these fuckers. It's always these people. They're either looking for mushrooms or they're looking for some weird. They're looking for some other weird ingredient. Okay. So,
right.
but listen for the key word I say with this, because this goes back to the conspiracy. In the 1980s, a hiker looking to harvest ginseng illegally inside the park reported finding the skeleton of a child roughly 10 miles from where this kid went missing in Spencefield. But when the Rangers searched the area, they found nothing. So, wait. So you said the skeleton was here? Yes. We found nothing there. I don't know how the fuck that happens. It was a skeleton right there. Nope. Not when we went. It was right there.
So what does that mean? Did they think that the person put it there?
So I don't really know what it means. What I think though is shit gets taken. Like, I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility of there are warnings, there are things, there are instances where people are shown something to get the fuck out. And then, mission accomplished, they left. So you take your thing. Now, does it sound a little outlandish because you're using the skeleton of a person? Maybe. I'm just saying none of these things are without a heavy dose of what the fuckness applied to it. You don't go missing, just you with a group of other kids and your older brother. You're hiding with them. And somehow you disappear without any of the others even hearing you, anything about you.
Right. And they were being quiet if they were hiding in the bushes.
Yeah. And they were probably right next to each other or within arm's length. So how does that happen without any of the others finding?
You thinking aliens or because?
So there's cases of where it seems like the forest just sort of, or the park or nature just sort of swallows someone. And that's,
oh my God.
And
maybe the cryptids that are in the park are actually aliens.
And that's a loose term where it's like, that's a more of a metaphorical term that goes, well, not a metaphorical, but you get what I'm saying. It's sort of, I'm not saying that the ground, it just swallows someone in, but it's people that go into the woods and they literally just get absorbed into the woods. They don't.
Right.
They don't. And those people themselves don't see a way out once they go in. There was a case,
like that the Fuji forest.
right. Well, there's this case where this lady on the Appalachian Trail, which again, I don't even know why the fuck that trail exists. It's bananas how that trail is there, because there's all kind of shenanigans that happens on there. But this lady was an experienced hiker. She goes off the trail, I guess, to do a mad rainbow.
It's rude to do it on trail. Come on.
Clearly, because if you're walking at night or right before dusk, because you're pissed off already, because you're like, God damn it, I should have camped at that campsite I saw, and you're trudging along. Highly disrespectful to step into somebody's shit.
I mean, if it's a bear, you really can't be mad at it. But
right. But there's a difference between bear scat,
bear shit,
and human scat. Yeah,
scat.
Yeah. When you're in the woods, you got to call it scat.
Okay, that's good.
From what I've heard,
like scat.
Right. It kind of sucks when
like that.
It kind of sucks when you've got a musical reference for scat, and then when you do a search for it, and you end up with weird porn. But
so, that's fair.
So yeah, this chick, she goes off the trail, which she's been on before. She goes off the trail, I'm assuming to drop a shit. I don't know. And then poof, disappears. Her husband didn't care. He did care. He wasn't worried about her, because he's like, oh yeah, she's an experienced hiker. She just, got off trail. This happened before. She'll show up. Nah. They found her. God damn it. I don't know how. I'm forgetting how long it was they found her, but she wrote a note. Oh my God, this fucking note. She wrote a note to the person that finds her.
What the fuck did it say?
God damn it. Now I got to look it up. My fucking search history.
Yeah, you're not going to lead with that and then be like, oh, just pass on through.
I know. Lady.
No.
Lady.
Come on now.
Lost and found on. No, wait.
It was a love note.
Lady lost.
I love you.
And body found.
Tell my dog I love him.
Appalachian. No, it was like, yeah, it was kind of like, Geraldine Largay. That was her name. Geraldine Largay.
Love the last name.
Yeah, Largay. God damn it. So like later, all these texts start coming in from her because her phone finally connected, to her husband. So that was fucked, because like it's like messages, just, hey, I'm lost. Hey, I'm over here. Come find me. She was, letting him know where she was.
Was she hurt?
Where she was, and she could not find her way back to the trail, and she wasn't too far from it. When they found her, there was like, yeah, she wasn't that far, but somehow, some way, she got so disoriented, she couldn't. So, like, wait, let's see, because I'm reading and talking at the same time, and you all can listen to past episodes, and you'll know that doesn't work out for me.
It really doesn't work out. So you read and I'll ramble.
So
okay?
Yeah, okay, because I was going to read you some of the text.
Oh, go ahead.
So she was on the trail, and she starts, she'll text. She was texting her husband. He's like, hey, hiking on the Appalachian Trail and sleeping in tents and wearing the same stuff for 3 and 4 days in the rain.
Was she by herself?
Yeah. She was by herself.
So she just went on these trips by herself, and her husband was like, cool, she's fine.
Because she did that. She was like, yeah, she does. She goes hiking by herself from time to time, so it's not anything abnormal.
Okay. And you should always go with a buddy,
especially on the Appalachian Trail. And she would
lesson learned here.
Yeah, she would tell him, hey, I'm about to go hiking in 2 days. Come pick me up at this spot. Which is,
what the fuck?
Yeah, she's like 2-3 days. I'll be over here. Okay,
you got to put an air tag on that bitch.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
or something.
This is before air tags. This is in 2013, right?
Oh, gotcha.
But so she is she's like texting. She texts the text that was never sent because of poor and non-existing cell service. Like they tried to find
Right.
the hard.
Because of dial up.
Yeah, she tried to find higher ground, and she attempted to send the text 10 times for the next hour and a half. And eventually, she camped down for the night. The next day, she tried again um, with the undelivered message saying, lost since yesterday, off trail 3 or 4 miles, call police for what
Oh,
to do,
damn.
please, XOX. And so next day she tried again and she tried again. Um, and so she's trying to do this while also trying to find her way back. And they could not, she couldn't, she was so disoriented, she couldn't do it. That was in July of 2015. They didn't find her until October that year.
Yikes. And what was the body like? I mean, do they have any idea of like, was she hurt or did she just
Yeah,
starve
so
to death?
yeah, basically it was that. She just
Didn't have enough water,
well, it's
probably.
a little bit of everything. It was water, it was everything. So the camp, they found there was no evidence of lost opportunities in its open canopy nearby where, she had her tent. She tried to set fires, and the camp had found basic for hiking, map, rain jacket, space, Ziploc bags, uh, baseball cap, and all that kind of stuff. They also found a notebook, moss growing on it, titled "George, please read." That was her husband, XOXO.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so it it was. I'm trying to see if they have the actual quote in here. But in any
Jeez.
case, yeah, that
Can't even imagine.
that is like that's the thing that just like what why are you what like nature has this thing where it's just it's very it's very in its own lane unforgiving. It doesn't it you can feel like you have all your skills and experience, and the next thing you know, you go off just a little bit, and then you can't you can't orient yourself at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty it's pretty amazing.
It's kind of why I like to watch that series alone
Mm-hmm,
because they get themselves into some serious shit and then
mm-hmm,
they got to figure it out or tap out, you know?
mm-hmm.
At least they've got the opportunity to tap out. This lady didn't have that, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
It's kind of crazy because like the text they have like this other site has a collection of her text messages. It was in some trouble. One text was got off the trail to go to BR, now lost. Next text, can you call AMC to see if a trail maintainer can help me? Next text, somewhere north of the Woods Road. And then the last text was this text that she was really trying to get out, that I read previously. Lost since yesterday, off the trail 3 or 4 miles. Call police for what to do, please. And those texts weren't going out. None,
right.
but eventually, when found, her husband was flooded with these texts.
Oh, that sucks
And
real
then
bad.
there was a message that she left at the campsite where they found her. It said,
Mm-hmm.
and so it says, "When you find my body, please call my husband George and my daughter Carrie. It will be the greatest kindness for them to know that I am dead where you found me, no matter how many years from now."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's
So
just
I mean, did she had to like use time to write that?
yeah.
So like, why wasn't she just keeping going? I guess maybe she couldn't.
Yeah, I think at that particular point when she's realizing that I need to write this, she's probably going off whatever energy she can muster at that particular point.
Maybe she's emaciated,
Yeah,
or
she's
you know.
probably like, I've got just enough energy to make these coherent thoughts and to jot down this message.
God, how
Um,
terrible.
because she's probably in a mode where I need to conserve any and all bits of energy I can.
Right.
So let me expend this much to do what I can, and then just hope that someone is still looking for me. But it's so bizarre that you've got people like her who's been she's been I think um she had been I think she had been doing it for years. um oh wait, I'm sorry. Sorry, it wasn't the same year. She went hiking in July 2013. They didn't find her until October 2015.
Now I thought I heard
Yeah,
the years jump,
yeah, yeah,
but I wasn't sure. And then I thought,
yeah,
oh
yeah,
damn,
yeah, yeah,
girl, you are hot
yeah,
as shit right
yeah,
now.
right. And then last entry in her journal that she was keeping was August 2013. So from July to August, she kept a journal, and then 2 years, later, 2 years and some change later, in October 2015, that's when she was found.
So here's the thing, though. I don't understand. It was in the Appalachian Mountains,
Mhm.
right? There's going to be bodies of water.
The Appalachian
She
Trail.
could have
Yeah,
the Appalachian Trail. There had to be. She had to have seen game around,
yeah,
been able to track them. You
yeah,
know, like eat dirt, grass, rocks, whatever she needed to in order to sustain. I mean, I don't understand
yeah.
how she didn't survive a little longer than that.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if she's a hiker, she's bound to know basic survival skills.
Yeah.
No?
So it was like it says like she went off the trail to get to urinate and got lost. I don't think I need to get that far off a trail to piss. I
Right.
mean, I
No,
I get
fuck
it.
everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not on trail. I'm off trail. You can eat a dick if you think I'm going to go in there and get rapered by a
I
Sasquatch.
mean,
Not happening.
I feel like if I can get behind a tree and put my back to the tree, thus my back to
Hmm.
the trail, I'm technically off trail. And so
Yeah.
I get it. You don't want to have things on trail. And I get it. You don't want to be walking on the trail and smell a huge load of my shit. I'm aware. And I don't want you to smell that either. So I might go a little
Right.
deeper. I might go a little deeper. And I might go a little deeper because I see this tree down the way that I can put more leverage on to go ahead and get this shit out of me. I might do that. But trust and believe, I'm shitting with my eye on the trail, so I'll know exactly where to get out. I I don't know how that all worked, but that's what happened to Geraldine Largay. Again, it is on the Appalachian Trail. I'm looping trails in right there with national parks. The strange thing happened. Now, back to the theory. I feel like with people talking about how there's so many things that are unsolved. There's so many things that are crazy about um, what's going on. It adds a little bit more. There might be something to it when you go to the National Park Service website and they have a page solely because they got so many questions about the unexplained and unreported phenomenon in Yellowstone National Park.
Huh.
And
Okay.
their response to it is only 2.5 paragraphs, which basically it sums up to, there's nothing weird going on here. What do you mean, Bigfoot? Nah.
No. No, he wouldn't do that. We don't think
No.
he'd do
The
that.
presence of Bigfoot? No, not in Yellowstone. By the way, Biscuit Basin is closed today for the remainder of the summer, actually, due to hydrothermal explosion. The fuck? So they have this. They have this.
Sure, I'll believe that, but I won't believe that there's a
Right.
fucking furry animal
So they leave
with
these.
opposable thumbs.
They leave these alerts on the top of their website. It's like a hydrothermal explosion that happened, and so because of this explosion, we're going to close down this part of the basin for the rest of the summer because that shit kind of fucked things up. So we'll just can't use the parking lot or the boardwalks at Biscuit Basin now because that shit kind of got rough.
Maybe the cryptid learned that there was somewhere called Biscuit Basin, and they were like, "Fucking hey, man, I'm gonna go get some
There's
grub."
a whole basin where you just have
A
biscuits.
biscuit?
Oh,
Okay,
let me go check. I bet they're good. Let me
sign
go
me
check
up.
that out.
They got gravy.
I feel like this. If you're a Bigfoot, right? Okay, never mind. That's too much pressure.
Thanks for listening.
It's too much pressure. If I'm a Bigfoot and I know about you guys, I'm wrecking your shit. Because one, you left me with this little bit of territory. We used to have the whole world. Okay. Now you kind of gone about this whole thing like you did with all the other indigenous things.
I was gonna say it's almost like they're native.
And you gave
Okay.
us a little chunk of what used to be ours and said, hey, just be satisfied with this. And sure enough, we got these huge sequoias, biggest fucking trees ever. Okay, got it. I'm gonna go and shit in at least one den a night. I'm going to get into a house. I mean, wouldn't you? Why? Like, what's going on where it's just everything is okay, keep the peace, but we'll stay here. But don't fucking come in here because you've already taken all the other shit. We didn't read the fine print to this agreement. Clearly, we didn't read the fine print, and we got the shit end of the deal. You guys
Probably don't even know how to read.
Yeah, right. You guys said we're gonna keep it all peaceful because we never got out of the valley. We didn't know the rest of the world was out there.
Indians fell for that one too,
We
huh?
didn't know the rest of the world was out there. We're like, look, okay, cool. We won't encroach in your valley. Can we have the land outside of your valley? Yeah, fuck it. There's nothing out there. Whatever. There's nothing but more trees. What? There's a world? We didn't know that. Yeah. Like I think there's no other national parks available on the planet. I think we've discovered all the other shit on the planet except for that one prehistoric fucking sinkhole that they found in China. Who
Oh,
knows?
right. But then it has a whole ecosystem underneath it.
Right. They probably have to set up a whole new treaty for whatever lives in there. But when you okay, cool. You got some UFOs that come through this. So if you got, it's enough with Bigfoot. But now when you got unidentified flying objects or the UAPs, if you are so
If you're
inclined,
fancy like spiky hair guy.
if you're so inclined and you drink with your pinky out, the UAPs, there's a lot of activity around. Well, I don't want to say a lot so it gets people's hopes up, but there's suspicious activity around national parks and other deserts that are also national parks. Like, why are desert parks? I don't fucking know, but whatever. That makes people like wonder why are these designated areas just so happen to be chock a block with all these different activities, whether it's cryptic or it's UAPs, UFOs. and there's never an answer for it. There's
So what kind of cryptid do you think would live in Joshua Tree? It would have to be like a worm or something, right?
I mean,
Or like an underground
yeah, I
dweller?
was gonna say I don't take out the whole underground thing. I mean, it's like, okay, so okay, fine, fuck it. My search history is already fucked. Whatever.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean,
Um,
really. Oh, hey, CIA.
yeah, just throw that
How
in
you
there.
doing?
Oh, hey, and just say, what's going on, baby? Um,
Hey.
so I think I'm pretty. I feel pretty good about saying it. I don't think
Okay.
that. Um, I don't think that all of the caverns are mapped out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, okay, so here's the thing. We got all these caverns that are underground, like Carlsbad Caverns National Park in New Mexico. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Badass place, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Badass place. You've been as well. Um, I don't think that's all
Numerous
of it.
times. No, not at all. And they're still discovering places, as things shift and orifices are opened up and whatnot. So my ex-wife,
Hmm.
she lived in the vicinity of a cavern,
Hmm.
a known cavern in Texas, and one day in their backyard, like the portion of the earth just fell out, and they had to call the Geographical
No fucking
Society.
way.
Yeah, swear. And so there's a cap out there in their yard.
No. I get
Yeah.
like I don't like that kind of shit. Is just kind of weird.
And they're like, this is a new, we never even knew that this was here. Like, we had no
Right.
idea why, because maybe it was closed up or there was like there was a rock slide or something. They couldn't get to it or what. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I just know that they came out there and they were like, okay. And so then I don't know how many years later, but somebody lost their entire front yard. It
Yeah.
just went into the cave system.
That's the shit that I think like there's underground things that go on that nobody wants people to know. Like say for instance Carlsbad, okay? Carlsbad, yeah, I'm saying that right. Carlsbad, yeah, okay, so it's a
Hmm.
cavern. It has more than 119 limestone caves.
Hmm. Actually, technically, I guess it would be just one cave, wouldn't it?
Right.
Because if the limestone is connected in some way,
Well,
shape, or form, it would
I think that's why it's a cavern. I don't know. I'm not looking up the definition. I only look up weird shit to get me on
watch lists.
yeah. Yeah, no one's putting no
Attaboy.
one's putting me on the
So
watch
proud of
list.
you.
Yeah, no one's putting me on the watch. Oh, he's okay. He's looking up the definition of things. Oh, he's learning. Fuck that. No, when he's searching for things that we could tie together that makes it seem like he's up to no good. Yeah, so I think because it's like a collection of, it's like a connected cave system, and then it's a cavern. I don't know, but in any case, it's 100 over more than 119. More than
I'm
100.
not a
Yeah,
meteorologist.
I'm not a geophysical. I'm not geophysically inclined, but it's 100 more than 119 limestone caves.
That's a lot.
Some of the largest and longest in the world.
Mm-hmm. Know that. Feel it. Mm.
They explored part of the main cavern. Okay, the explored part of the main cavern is over 30 miles long,
Mm.
but only 3 miles are open to visitors.
What you think they doing down there?
Yes, the deepest level is 1,027 feet underground. I'm
Yikes.
thinking another treaty. Okay, so we went. Okay, look, we went down there, and yo, I don't know how to say this. There's some motherfuckers down there, and they're really not happy that we put all these lights and trail lights and railing and shit. But they said, look, we're not gonna come up there and stalactite your butthole. What we want to do is just say, stop here. Don't let those people come more than 3 miles in. After that, cut that shit off and just say, oh, we're still exploring. Oh, nothing to see here. Because if you all come 0.125 miles more, we will eat you and all of your children. Like, that seems like the thing. Because why would you? Why?
Do you think that cryptids are given provisions?
I think things are done to where we just like kind of preserve ourselves. So like, oh shit, we don't want to kick that embed. We've gone a little too far. Let's back out slowly. Back out slowly. Sorry. Here's some bananas. I don't know. Do you like bananas? We don't fucking know. What do you need? What do
Put this
you
in your mouth and tell me.
What
Wait,
do
no,
you
hold on.
need to make this one smooth out and make it right? I feel
That's what I'm saying. Do you think that in the treaty that there would be, let's okay, we understand that you're gonna have limited resources and you may need blah 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 blah. So once a year or once every 6 months or once a quarter or whatever, we're gonna bring you provisions.
Yeah, like a little
whatever you need.
And in a little knowledge exchange or something or whatever.
Yeah, you need a child to snack on. Okay, we got you.
Yeah, can we get some of your DNA to take it up top and just, fiddle faddle with it in our labs and see if we can reproduce some
recreate you.
Yeah, and then do some hybrids where we mix a little bit of us and a little bit of y'all together.
Oh my God.
And then that way we can have an ambassador that's looking out for the best of us. What do you think? Good plan? Okay, great, cool. And because it's kind of reminiscent to what Admiral Byrd was talking about in Antarctica. See how I tied that other cryptid thing in it? Because you got another fucking crazy underground thing that's going on and you can't get to Antarctica either. But dude was like, yo, I'm flying a plane and these things came and flew up and met us in the sky and said, follow us. So we did. And there's a whole other city underground. It's like, hey, we don't like what y'all doing up there. Y'all fucking shit up. Don't be fucking with our planet. Because we were here first, motherfucker. Oh, okay, cool. But nobody believed him. This whole fleet is entrusted in this dude. But when he gives his report, we don't.
How long ago was that?
That was like after World War II, I think. But it's a notorious case. Like his family is still talking about it. And like, yeah, no, he documented this, and other people know about this. And it was like, and the family's proof is like, why do you think that Antarctica is so secretly guarded by other governments that normally don't cooperate, but they all came to an agreement? Hey, as far as Antarctica goes, we're on the same team.
Right.
It's like tell me why that can happen there and nowhere else.
Why do you think?
Like whatever is there. It's like, okay, we won't be able to, we have to work together because.
Right, but what do you think it is?
I don't think Bird was high.
Okay, but what? I'm not familiar with this thing.
We talked about it a couple of times. It was basically.
I know. I have the fucking memory of a mushroom.
It's basically, Bird was sent with a fleet to get a grip on what's going on in Antarctica, because also Nazis were there, and they settled a land there, and like, okay, what the fuck? And that's where a lot of potentially a lot of experiments were going on. So it's like, okay, take a fleet down there, Bird. You're the most capable guy. You've done some major shit for the U.S. We love you. You are the one that's going to spearhead this shit. Go down there and fucking set it right. And if it's some shit that needs to go down, You got the fleet with you. And so Bird's like, fuck yeah, I've already been to the Arctic, North Pole, you know. I'm going to the South. I don't care. I'm Admiral Byrd, whatever. Dude hops in a plane to survey the area, and he's ushered into this tunnel underground that's big enough for planes to fly in without any kind of. It's not close. It's like a huge open area where you can fly in. And again, for everybody that knows the story, yes, I'm paraphrasing and I'm making a very, very, very loose, Cliff's Notey rendition of the story. So Bird gets there. He documents all this shit. Bird gets there. There's a city down there that blows his fucking mind.
But who are the inhabitants?
These crystalline people. And he documents all that. And he's like, yeah, I met them. I talked to them. They didn't like what we were doing up top, especially in relation to the atomic bomb. So they didn't care for that shit one bit. They're like, look, you got to stop that. You're fucking up our planet. And the emphasis was in the fact that you're new here. We have been here. You're fucking up our planet.
Right.
So that was what was, emphasized to Bird. Like, yo, you all have to stop. This is bullshit. The government was like, so wait, you talked to what? And so they totally kind of denounced Bird. And like, yeah, he was our dude, but now, maybe not so much now. But then also the other speculation was, okay, if the Germans are there, did they also speak to these people? How? Because they're flying around and they're zipping around in these light crafts and whatnot. And Bird was like, it was a civilization no one has touched this level of civilization that he saw. He was completely amazed by it. And, it doesn't help that, well, and here's the thing, it doesn't help, but it doesn't immediately mean that no one hasn't found this entrance yet. Like, they don't know. No one.
Whatever, that they put some sort of a military base down there.
No one's gone back and said, "Oh, we found it," and no one's made right this whole incident with Bird or his family, and I think Bird's died.
I say bullshit on that one. They probably did, because you're not going to take something that outlandish and just trust somebody that, okay, well, maybe he's a bit delirious. You got to at least look into it.
Right.
And if it was real and they did look into it, then chances are they found something. And so now they're trying to cover it up, which is what you're saying.
Right.
But, to what end?
And Bird wasn't alone. He didn't fly into this tunnel by himself. Other people of the military and the fleet was with him at the time. Right. So it wasn't like he was just solo flying out there and, disappeared and then came back hours later. No, it was others account for this as well. But Bird is the most known because he
was admiral.
Yeah, so he's like, yeah, okay, we can brush off this person, that person. Oh fuck, the leader of the goddamn fleet. Right. The leader of the goddamn fleet too.
The most competent person out there is now saying this. Oh, fucking hell.
Okay. Well, now we really got to cover. So it's like, okay, if there's nothing like that there, then why everything now in relation to it? So again, you've got these things, places and whatnot. It can't, it's not like it is impossible for that same thing to be happening with national parks and people getting snatched and strange lights floating around national parks and then disappearing, or strange areas that don't have any sound in the national park. Because all of a sudden you get into a...
Well, how can that happen?
Exactly. Like all of a sudden you get into an area and there's just no sound.
Oh, hey, speaking
Mm-hmm.
of, totally kind of maybe a little bit related because it could be also like aliens. But does your mom still watch Spiky Hair Guy?
She started back watching him. Yeah.
Okay, well, you sound so fucking excited right now.
Well, because
I am actually super excited because they discovered like this cone thing of like this energy field over the triangle, which is
yeah,
awesome.
she was mentioning something like that, and I was walking through the house, and I was like, "Is that the is that the spiky hair doctor?" And
Hmm.
I was just hearing his voice, like, "Is that the spiky?
I need to send him a message and let him know what's going on down there because I think I
Is
figured
that
it
the
out.
spiky hair doctor?" And she's like, "Um, no, it's the Skinwalker Ranch." I think, yes, the spiky hair doctor. He's there. He's oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Spiky
yeah,
hair
yeah.
guy. That's what your
Oh
mom used
yeah,
to call
that's
him.
him. Yeah, yeah, you're right. That is him. That is the name. And it's like, and then of course that meant I was interested somehow because then it was like,
So
yeah,
then it turns into a whole
right. So
conversation.
then, but now they found this thing, and then so, and she's explaining it in her technology. And
Oh
so,
yeah, for
so then they
sure.
put this thing.
She's doing it
They put
flawlessly,
this,
right?
yeah,
I'm
right. They
sure.
put this thing on a rocket, and it's got like a
Yeah.
GPS, and then the GPS was
Hmm.
on the rocket, but then it was in the house, and they were trying to figure out how's the GPS in the house when it's on above us on the rocket. And it's like,
Yeah.
I
It's a cone
don't
situation.
know.
I'm thinking like wormhole.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe, but
How fucking cool would that be? Seriously? Are you kidding me? I'd be like, show me the gateway to the wormhole. I'm going in. I might be back.
gateway,
I might not.
the gateway to the wormhole.
Gimme, gimme. Send me in. Give me a
Is
helmet
there
and some
is there
food, and I'll just
is there a
go.
toll tag to this? No,
How much is this going to
just
cost
go,
me? Or it's
just go in the
I
wormhole.
just do
Or
it.
just go in the wormhole. I don't have to worry about anything. Just go in that hole.
What about the light bill? Y'all gonna catch me on that one, or what's going
I
on?
don't see it.
Like, don't let my shit be
I don't
sold.
see it. But if I go in it, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna come out somewhere
Look,
else. But you all don't know
just
where it
saying,
is.
you might.
You all don't know where it is. But I will be.
Nope. But if I can come back and tell you where it
Mm,
is,
the comeback part.
then we have a
The
starting
comeback
point.
part. That's the thing.
You just because you don't
Yeah.
know. You don't know what you don't know because you don't
Well,
know.
you don't know if you want to come back. You might get on the other side of the
Fair enough. Fuck this
you might get
place.
on the other side of the wormhole and you're like, wait a minute,
That's why I'm always looking for aliens in the sky. I'm like, bitches, come get
this
me.
shit
I'm done with this place.
this shit is pretty amazing. Y'all always had it like this? Yeah. Yeah, this has been us. We really hate you guys found the wormhole because our shit was very pristine. But since you found the wormhole, you've
You have fucked
you've
it up.
shot nothing but countless.
No, we don't offer free
Yeah,
shipping. Okay, leave us
you've
alone.
shot nothing but countless rockets in our whole. You
And you got some dude named Dragon watching us all the
you
fucking
you
time.
sprinkled your little drones around our rim, and
Yikes.
yeah, we're tired of it. We're tired of the flares
We're
in the
sore.
wormhole. We're tired of the
We're sore with
rockets
the.
being shot in the wormhole. We want you to leave it alone because that wormhole empties right into my front door, and I don't appreciate that shit.
This was not in the contract,
I don't
okay?
appreciate it.
When I purchased this
Yeah,
place.
right. When I purchased this place, they told me it was a scenic view. They told me that I would
They
have shooting stars all the time, and now
didn't say anything about interdimensional.
trash, interdimensional trash
Right?
on my porch. It's fizzled out
It's
rockets
rude.
and drum propellers. I do not appreciate this
It's
shit.
rude.
As a matter of fact, I'm sending you a bill. I was like, fucking hell. I don't know. I don't know if the same thing lies with national parks. I just feel like there's something more to it than just, hey, we found this groovy place that we'd love to put all these animals that basically you cannot touch them. There's trees you cannot cut down. Do not fucking cut down one of those trees. There's fauna you can't get. There's ginger. There's an abundance of ginger. Of ginseng. You can't touch this ginseng. It's illegal. And the mushrooms too. All the animals here, nope, don't touch them. Don't. But you know what? If you
People be fucking up though, and they'll be like, "Oh, look, a moose. Let me go say hi."
If you fucking try to touch them, we've given them carte blanche on fucking you over as much as they would like.
Yeah. They can eat you.
Hoof you.
We're gonna let them.
They can hoof you. They can horn you. They can use you as a mat. They could sleep on you. Whatever they want to do to you, you deserve it.
Anything. They rape you. That's on you.
You deserve it. If you want to take Christmas pictures cuddling with a bear cub and the mom bear snatches you by the nape of your neck,
it's gonna be your last Christmas pumpkin.
Your fault. You should have. If you want to see if you can jump over the geyser mouth and it just so happens that geyser goes off, that's your fault. That's you and your melty crotch fault. That's all your fault.
Crotch rot.
Yeah, it's like we cannot do any. I feel like that would be the thing. If I was a national park ranger, I would give up on humanity. It was like, look, I have put up all the warning signs I could possibly put up.
I would just make that my intro speech instead of, "Hi, welcome to the so-and-so national park. Let me show you. We have 5,000 species of trees and 1,200 species of butterflies." And I would be like, "Here's the thing. It's cute that you want pictures, but you may be capturing your last moments. So watch your fucking ass."
Like, hey,
because the paperwork is a nightmare, and I honestly have plans after work.
Do not step off this trail. I'm only saying it once. Don't step off this trail.
And if you do, there's no rescue. We're not even going to waste the resources.
That is you.
You're better off making a bait baby than you are trying to get help.
Yeah. Right behind this tree line is a bear, and I talked to that bear because that's part of our skills. Talked to that bear this morning and said, "Look, Titus, if any of these motherfuckers step off if any of these motherfuckers step off the trail, go right ahead. I'm not going to spray you. I'm not going to use my bear horn. I'm not going to use my bear spray. They deserve it."
No, natural selection. That's what that is.
Like, for real, what do you really care about the person that wants to know how hot is the geyser? How hot?
If anything, I would just push somebody else in. I mean, come on.
Hey, can you tell me something real quick?
Fuck, I'm not sacrificing myself.
What do you want me to tell you?
Besides, I get in trouble. Are you kidding me?
I don't. No, it's not.
I'm not ready for retirement, okay? I don't want to go to prison just yet.
We have thermometer guns. You could just aim that shit at the heat and see how hot it is and say, "No, that's too hot for my skin."
Maybe an app for that. We don't know.
You could just go click and it'll tell you 3,000 degrees. It'll just say, "Don't do this. Don't do this."
Some dumbass is like, "I wonder what that feels like."
Don't do this degrees. That's what this is. It doesn't even show numbers. It says, "Don't do this degrees."
It just says no.
Yeah, it just says, "Nope. Fuck around and find out degrees, Fahrenheit and Celsius." Like, Fahrenheit and Celsius, it's the same message. Like, you don't need.
It's universal.
Yeah, like, you don't need it. You don't need to know. You just be comfortable with saying it's hot. And if somebody really wants to know, just say it's really fucking hot. And if I feel like there are things where people people have this thing where they feel like they are above nature.
That's hilarious.
And nature does things, and that is what
literally no one is above nature.
But nature does things that we relegate to being, "Oh, that's what animals do." But hey,
bitch, we're an animal too.
No. We are thinking, living human beings, and we are on a level as an apex predator higher than animals. Okay? If you don't believe me, check your hand. Opposable fucking thumbs. Now, for everybody that says that,
I have the internet and they don't.
For everybody that says that, I have a silverback that can slap the fuck out of you with that posable thumb and not give a shit and waddle its silverback ass all over your face while you're unconscious. It does. It's like
Right.
nature has a thing where it's just very clean and clinical. If you don't make it, you're put. You're gone. You're ass. You're left behind. Where we will try to coddle and try to make it and make crutches and come up with drugs and make it to dull the pain and make it keep going longer. And yeah, cool, that's great, but nature is not like that. Nature's like, oh, okay, well, just make more babies and make more to for your species to keep going, otherwise you're gonna fucking die out. I don't care. I'm whatever. um, oh, you went into a geyser. Well, one less of you, and it keeps spinning. It's not like the Earth stops, y'all. The Earth never just like, oh shit,
It better
oh
not.
my
Damn.
god,
We got some bigger problems if that happens.
holy fuck! I need to stop spinning so I can contribute to this donation fundraiser. No, the Earth keeps going, and it's like, okay, well. Hope y'all can fucking figure it out.
Good luck. Well, goodness.
There it is, everybody. Hope you
Hey, everybody.
Hope you can camp. Hope you can figure out.
I ain't never going camping again in my whole fucking life. I certainly ain't going to no goddamn national parks now.
God damn it.
Hell.
That one kid that found the severed hand and forearm. Of all things, a forearm and a hand. The hand.
He just comes back and he's like, I got a stick for the marshmallows.
It's like somebody left a really, 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 really realistic glove behind. And I don't know if this is a calf or a forearm, but it's here too. You can what is like you're never leaving the house. I'm not even getting the mail. It's like,
no, fuck it, let it go.
All of a sudden, that's instant agoraphobia. You're never leaving the house once you find a hand and a forearm.
Which, hey, I mean, if that happened to me, I'd be the same way.
That has so much of a story to it. It's like, hey, yeah. So one, this person is dead. Two, I chopped the body up clearly, and I just kind of left you two examples of my craftsmanship. See, look at the hand. It's just completely severed. But then also, look how I've sectioned off the forearm. Now, I hear what you're saying. It's like, well, did you cut it before or after the elbow? It's before the elbow, which then means like, yeah, the other part got the elbow, but good luck finding that. I just leave you the severed hand and the severed forearm, and then don't worry, 5 years from now, I'm gonna put the skull across the street. Don't worry.
I'll be back. Yeah. I'll be back. Don't you worry about me, Pumpkin. I'm gonna be just fine.
It's like, okay, thanks for literally leaving us human parts like breadcrumbs,
like a breadcrumb trail of human stuff.
But anyway, everyone, there you go. Take this episode as you will. We'd love for you to listen to more of our rambling shenanigans, so feel free, check us out on TheDinosaur&TheDude.com, where you can find all of our shit. Literally all of our shit. Well, no.
That's the only thing you need to know.
No, not literally. That was an abuse of literally. You can't literally. It's not like we're taking pictures of scat. You can't really.
I'm not doing it.
You can't find all of our content. You can find all of our content.
Thank you. My body, my choice, okay?
If you didn't know. She's the dinosaur.
That's
and I'm
me.
the fucking dude. And we really appreciate you guys and gals, dudes and dudettes.
I think they understand. Ooh.
Ladies, gentlemen, motherfuckers and fatherfuckers listening to us. Thank you so much. I don't know. I think we're good with that. I think it covers it.
I get confused.
Yeah, I think it covers it.
Oh, and the cryptids.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
come on.
cryptids. You know what? We're just gonna bring in cryptids.
Yeah.
Thank you for cryptids. I mean, cryptids are probably out there roaming right now, looking for some hairless sweet meat to
Oh, yikes.
hug and cuddle with and spoon. Can you
And
imagine
that's you.
that?
Thank you for volunteering. I appreciate that. You real
Can you
sweet.
imagine that camping at night and wake up being spooned by a Bigfoot?
You know what? If the Bigfoot is the only thing that they did is spoon me, okay, fine, whatever,
It'd be
bro.
like a great little
But
stinky moss filled blanket.
ew,
But yeah,
doesn't sound good at all.
no. Sounds like you're gonna get at least a little bit of skin mites. But yeah. So thanks again, and thank you, lady, for
You're
making this
welcome.
pop.
I'm fading.
Yeah, I know. But
I'm
I love
sorry.
you.
I love you
All
too.
right, and check y'all later.
All right. I love you.
Alrighty.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.